Hi everyone, Tiffany here, and welcome to my quilting life. Don't forget, if you are new to my channel, down here, hit that subscribe button, get that bell, ring it, that way you can get notifications when I'm on. So, oh, and don't forget to like and share my videos as well. Earlier I was on for regular Sew Sunday. I am on now because for everyone else it's after hours. It's only 9:30 here, but I figured I'd come on and make some more blocks because, well, I had so much fun earlier. Even though I don't feel good, the sewing is calming to me, so I figured I would just come back on and do some more sewing. But I hit the live too fast, and I was going to cut some more 2.5-inch squares of different colors just in case I want to blend some more in. And since I have like this big huge stack to cut up anyway, I'm just going to cut a couple from these real quick while I'm here, since you guys are here. So hi Vicky, hi Billy, and I'm just going to say Janet instead of damn it Janet because it makes it easier. So welcome guys. Yeah, I was just going to chop these real quick, and I liked this purple. I was thinking I would just go ahead and blend some purple in with it and make something else. So I was like, okay, I got to get this cutting real quick done. I didn't think the video would come on that fast. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it takes a minute. My little 2.5-inch squares that I'm obsessed with making all these pre-cuts of my own. So I'm just going to make as many as I can real quick and stack them up because I want to use this color. I think it's really, really, really pretty. Sometimes I just see something, I'm like, oh, I should use that. So that's what I'm going to do. Awesome. Yeah. Makes it easier for me. Obviously, there's probably a reason behind your name on there. Mine would have been, damn it, I forgot. What the hell was it again? So that would have just became my name. Sorry, it's funny and silly. I'm just stacking these all right side together real quick, or right sides up. Sorry, not right sides together. Just so I can trim them all at the same time, but I need to push the iron against it once it's one big stack because they have a little bit of a crease in them. But that's okay, as long as they're cut nice and accurate. I will get 2 squares out of each one of these pieces and have just a little scrappy piece left over, which I probably won't even save because a lot of this is just scrap fabric, you know, awkward, weird pieces, surprisingly. Or I need a bigger rotary cutter for multiple layers, but like this is my personal scrap pile, has pieces that look like this, you know, so I just chop them down into, you know, squares and whatever else I can get out of it. And this is also a pretty color I kind of want to throw in here. Actually, these would be cool in the same block. So yeah. All right, let me line this back up on a line, trim off the end, make myself some 2.5-inch squares real quickly, like, because I think I'm going to use these ones right away, my next block, because they're so pretty. I love purple. Purple is my favorite color. And yes, I do cut stacks like sometimes of 12 or more, if anybody was ever curious. Yeah, see, I'm not going to save that. That's no purpose in saving. So there, I just got myself a nice little stack of this really pretty purple. That lighting is better right there. It's kind of like marble, but purple. And let me cut a couple off of this one too, because it's so pretty. It's so hard not to chop it up and use it for something. So I just try to make it a little quick extra chop. I'm going to use these 2 colors and then match some stuff up with it for another block. Throw the iron on that for a second. I'm going to move this out of the way, I guess. And line this up on a line. What I do with my scraps is I cut strips out first. That's not even a big enough ruler. That's going to be too big. Let's get a square. So what's everybody up to now that it's later in the day and or probably night for you guys, for some of you at least. Hi, Michelle. Told you I would see you, just not the regular way. I'm on here instead because I felt like sewing some more, and I figured, well, why not just keep going with the whole block thing that I was doing earlier. And I just felt, well, I got to cut some more blocks up so I can have some more variety, and these two colors are going to go in the same one. I don't care if there's no green in that purple. I'm going to use them both in the same block, and I'm going to make it work because it's so pretty. And I love purple. I love purple. So I'm just cutting 2.5 inch squares for anybody that's just turning it on. Smaller cuts get 2.5 inch squares, or awkward ones like this, awkward pieces of fabric. Anything else, I typically cut from big sizes to small sizes for anybody that's wondering about how I do my pre-cuts. Out of curiosity for those that haven't asked or who have asked. Okay, so this little piece I'm not going to do nothing with. I'll throw it in my little crumb pile. That was just too small. Was going to cut off too much of it in a funky manner. So I'll just keep trimming this one up until I have enough strips, and then I'll subcut it real quick. And I get one more out of this. 2.5. 2.5. Get on the 2.5 inch line. 2.5. So that goes in the garbage, but this one will go in my other. I have like another like crumb piecing pile. All right, now to stack all these up real quick. So I think I'm going to do, just so that you guys are aware, I'm going to need that one anyway. I think I'm going to do this one next right here that I drew up. Either that one or this one. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out. As soon as I have all my colors chosen, I'll be like, okay, I need 6 colors.
You got 5 people on your late night talk.
That's good. Did I say, okay, I said hi to Billy. I said hi to Vicky. Michelle. Okay, let's see. Tulip Pink Quilt.
One of the local quilt stores burnt to the ground today.
What?
Where that lady's at. Damn it, Janet.
I just say crazy. Janet. So I don't have to say damn it. That's very crazy. Was there a specific kind of fire? Like, was it an accidental fire, or like gas lines, or you know anything about that kind of thing? See how this happened right here on the end? Some of these pieces were so wonky. What I'll do is I'll just chop that off and put that other piece into the crumb piles. And then I just keep stacking and stacking. This one's kind of got a fold in it. And I'll just cut until I can't cut no more. And I'm having them all right side up so I can see how many pieces I'm going to get. All nicely stacked. Makes it easier for me.
3 stores were burned. They're doing an arson investigation. It appears to be an electrical fire.
That's crazy. And a quilt shop at that. That's a lot of money right there, guys. You know that. We all know how much quilting costs, and fabric and supplies.
Our local quilt store has a bunch of that long arm machines in it too.
Yeah.
They're insanely expensive.
Yep. Okay, almost done, guys. And then I'll get to regular videoing of making something. Like I said, I didn't know that the video was going to start that fast. I would have had these cut. That one short piece is in here somewhere.
They're a Bernina and Baby Lock dealer.
Oh, the people that were close to you? That's crazy.
The one that burned down.
Yeah.
Burned down.
They're expensive machines. Okay, this is all crumbs. Yeah, see, this stuff I'll throw in the crumbs. I can use these little, they're not very small. They're like, you know.
Hi, Michelle.
1.5 inches times whatever. Smaller stuff I want. All right, let me stop cutting.
What's the red light on your little internet thing? You know,
I have no idea.
Oh. Keeps going red to green, but you You still have service. It hasn't died yet.
You guys let me know if it buffers or anything, because my little internet box in here is, the light is not the color it's supposed to be, but my computer picks up Wi-Fi no matter what I'm doing. All right. So yeah, I'm going to do this block up here. I'm going to do this spinning one. So I need 3 colors and 1 solid. So I'm going to choose these 2 and 1 more that goes with green and purple.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I have something that blends between the 2? Sorry, my nose itches. That kind of looks cool with it. And then my solid could be a green. I don't know if you guys can see right there. Let's see what it looks like if I pull. I don't even have that color green. Hey, how about white? You put white with it. Let's see if that blends it good. Sorry, I'm trying to make it to where you guys can see. I mean, that looks okay. Let's see. Do I have anything else? What about a yellow? I think yellow would go with purples and greens, guys. Let's see. Can you see those colors together? All in one block. I don't want to start making half square triangles if it's not going to look right, if you guys know what I mean. That's not going to be the right color. No. Here's one with another green print. Let's see if that looks good instead of the yellow. Nope, those are way too close in color. Actually, those would look good together in one. We'll save that for the next block. Oh, here we go. Green and purple. It's not the same color, green and purple shades, but no. Yes, yes, and yes, and no. And yes. See how I do that? So we're going to change that out and we use the green in a different one altogether. All right. So that one could just stay over there. We're going to use these ones. And what do I need now? Okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of one color. We're going to choose this one. 1, 2,
okay, honey,
3.
Remember to bring all your laundry in.
Okay.
We'll be back
4,
in the room, okay?
And 5. Yep. And then we're going to make half square triangles out of these 2. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these 2 combined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's make these half square triangles real quick so I can decide how this is going to lay out. I'm going to do the same thing I was doing earlier. If you didn't see the video, normally you draw a line on the back side and sew on the line. I'm just going to right sides together and sew my own line without drawing a line. I'm just going to sew because I'm pretty good at that. So just putting them right sides together. Move my magnet out of the way. And sew across from one side of the block to the other from the needle. Right sides together. So, hi, Sandy. I didn't see that you were on, Rick.
Yeah, her husband had to go to a funeral for his uncle.
Oh, that's sad. But unfortunately, it is also life, and I guess life doesn't, I don't know how the word is said. It has to recirculate somehow. So with every death, there's a new life, is how I guess the word is that I've always been taught growing up. Huh?
I'm getting the girls' laundry out of here.
Oh.
Out of your laundry. So you don't have to worry about yours. I'm trying to help you with laundry, honey.
All right, almost. So get these done. So I'm just chain piecing these through, and I'm going to trim them off, which I put all this crap away, and I know I'm going to need it.
Hi, Sandy.
Stay. Oh, my legs fell down on
Sandy
here.
says her dad says the old have to die for the young.
Yeah, something like that. Scott and I watched a movie, a psychological thriller between my last video and now. It's so weird. So very weird. Something that I wouldn't have imagined Matthew McConaughey in. Because it was just weird. I don't even think it was a thriller psychologically. It was a psychological mind bend. Thriller. Turned out to be
just a dumb movie.
Dumb freaky. Called Serenity, if anybody was curious. Maybe you saw it. And if this doesn't look cute, it doesn't matter, because I'm thinking I'm going to make 2 or 3 of each of these style blocks to make a quilt.
I'm good, Sandy. Thanks for asking.
It is my tension that's off. It was off earlier. Let me run some tension testing through here. I knew it was off.
Sandy said it's documentary, LOL.
Oh, wow. How did that happen?
What happened?
The baby must have turned the knob.
I watch her every time she's in here. She didn't even sit on that chair today. Not today. She messed with it yesterday. The only time
I can tell the sound of my machine. It sounds different when the tension's off.
The only time she was in here yesterday was when Lexi's stuff was here. She was in the chair then.
I wish I could show you guys this up close. Dialing tension to get it correct. Way bad. Way bad.
Well, honey, eventually we'll be able to do a better setup.
Just a little bit. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get the tension correct. It's like literally just...
Janet wants to know what you think about your Juki. She's thinking of looking into one.
I love this thing. I love it. But when somebody turns that knob and my tension gets off, let me tell you, it becomes horrible. I mean, and you can tell the sound that comes from the machine when it's off sounds like it's freshly oiled, and it makes this weird, like, I don't know, it's not as loud as it usually is, and it's just ever so slightly off, and I just barely turn it just a little. Once it's correct, it stays good. And it's hard to tell when I use white thread on top and white thread in my bobbin.
She also has in some of her older videos, scroll through on her YouTube stuff, cleaning things on cleaning her jeans.
Yeah.
On that, because she's
I take it
actually
apart.
taken it apart and cleaned it herself.
Yeah, I'm really good about keeping it clean. I take it apart, the whole bottom off, and I blow it out. I've never been told not to do otherwise, and the guy at the machine shop said that it was okay, so obviously I've not had a problem.
Christine, where are you at? Where's Laidley? It's 3 p.m. there.
Another country?
Yeah, I guess. You're being watched by people in other countries, honey. How about that? That's pretty cool.
We already know that. I have
well, I know you have an Australian
Australia, one. 2 UKs, 2 Canadas that I know of. I don't know anywhere else though, if anybody's anywhere else.
That's cool though. Oh, she's the Australian one.
Okay.
Queensland, Australia. Okay.
All right, let me cut these off now. I just cut a 1/4 inch away from the edge. Or from my line. I sewed from corner to corner. And I saved those little bits. I know you guys are like, why do you do that? But I save them. And although my tension is off on all these, it's still sewn together really good. I'm not going to really worry about it. They're not going to fall apart. And it's just a scrap quilt if anything was not good. It's not like super loose or anything. It's just off a little.
What's the doing? Is that your computer doing
the
something?
computer talks. It does that weird beeping thing.
Oh,
okay. Or whatever that sound is that it makes. Pretty sure they hear it too. It's just notifications talking to me. So yeah, am I missing any comments? I kind of
no, none that.
Paying attention to this real quick. I'm just going to press all these
Sandy
in a second.
Left, the baby was calm, but she's back now. That's about it. You told Jenna what you thought about the Juki.
Yeah, I love the Juki. I don't. The newest model is the 2200 QVP. It looks just like mine, but I like this one only because I've had it for so long. It's the 2010 TL 2010Q, and I like the way it free motion quilts. This is definitely one of my favorites over all the other machines that I've owned and tried to do all this with. Okay. So again, I save all my little bits. You guys seen what I do with those? I press all these back. And I kind of want to show you up close. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, of what happens when you don't sew corner to corner and it misses it just ever so slightly. I'm not going to worry about it, but I'll show you guys what happens, especially for newbies. If you think this looks weird, don't freak out. You can trim the block if you wish to. It just every once in a while it happens if you don't make it corner to corner. Where's that block go?
Is he going to bother you being in here?
No.
Cat?
No.
Okay.
All right. So every once in a while, so normally you would be sewing on the back side from corner to corner to hook 2 blocks together. So once you chop it, let me see if I can get this really close. Oh, the string is in the way on this side. Do you see that little V right there? I had to pull it apart so you could see. So every once in a while, if you don't get that corner to corner, you'll end up with this weird V at the end like this. So it's not connected because I didn't go corner to corner. So don't worry about that if it happens. The block is still what it's supposed to be. And if anything, you can fudge it in. But I just wanted to show you guys that because sometimes it happens. Nothing we do is perfect here in quilting. And if it was, then we would be all award winners, you know? Everybody would be entering shows if we were all perfect at this. So I don't even have to set the seam. I'm just rolling them back because they are so small that it doesn't matter. now let's try to lay this out. Okay. So, which one was I doing again? Oh, I'm doing this one. So we're doing these 4 right here. So this guy will go like this. This one will go like this. This one like this. And this one like that. Okay, so far we got that. Now we put, let's see. Okay, that's that whole section. Now we want this in, this in, that in, that in, in, and in like that. And my fan is blowing. And then this one was supposed to go there, was it? No, it's not. It's supposed to go there. It says 3 colors, 1 print. I chose 3 colors of 1 print. I'm pretty sure it was this. Matching. And matching. And that. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we'll see what's going on once it's all sewn together, guys. So let me sew it together. Let me put the white on the corner and see what happens. No, let's put white in this section and see what happens. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. See, my color charts are not the colors that I'm actually sewing, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that looks not right. No, I don't like it like that. I like it the way I had it. But I could also put it this way. Stay. Like that. Nope, I like it like this. Okay. I'm all just messing with it. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing I did earlier. I'm going to start on the left side, putting all these ones. Right side's on this, like this. And then I'm going to start running them through the machine on the right side of all the blocks. And they are all 2.5 inches. Even the half square triangles are 2.5 inches. And since I don't sew straight lines, I sew wonky lines, I'm putting my magnet down. Ooh, I can't read. Let's see, Christine. Where are we? Hi. 9:45. It's spent 3 hours the other night dialing the tension on a new to you featherweight. Oh, I could only imagine. It takes forever to get it. Once you get it correct, though, it's great. The bobbin tension is the hard one to adjust with this machine because it's that little thing that's on the bobbin casing. And that's my next move is the bobbin because the top thread, the bottom thread is showing on the top. So, and it didn't pull back down. The bottom looks amazing, but I'm not going to worry about it with this block. I'll do it when I'm not on camera. So we're going to go right, left, right, left. Sometimes it's just pulling out the bobbin casing and everything goes smoothly after that. It's kind of weird. Remember, guys, my blocks are just, this is just me making a big scrappy mess with all this. If you want to do this kind of thing with a jelly roll and stuff, and or whatever, that would be awesome. as long as your jelly roll has a lot of blended colors and you cut all your 2.5-inch squares prior to starting, this would make an awesome quilt with everything matching. I'm just making whatever to whatever because I like scrap quilts. So again, finger pressing right, left, right. I'm working on a stained glass quilt at the moment for friends in Western Australia. We're going there for Christmas and staying at their house. Oh, that's pretty cool. I actually found, I got an idea off the internet of a stained glass quilt I want to try myself, but I got to get the supplies to do it to make it look like stained glass. I got to get some, Michelle, you know what it's called. If you want to put the word in there, whatever that stuff that we were looking up the other night. And for those of you who are new to my channel and don't know, Michelle is my best friend who lives in Bakersfield, California. And we don't get to see each other very often besides video chat, but she's also the admin in the group and she does a lot. And we talk telephone front face-to-face camera pretty much every day. So just so those of you who are new, if you hear me ask Michelle something, she's usually the one that remembers everything for me. She too has MS like me, and that's how we became really bonded as friends. But obviously I'm very close to a lot of you, and the rest of you are all my newfound friends. So, but every once in a while you'll hear me in a video ask Michelle, and Michelle will answer it. All right, I'm trying to read a comment every time I put my head up. What is the block called? This is just me. This is my drawings. I got bored last night and I was actually talking to Lacey. You guys know as Crusty Old Man Beard on here. She was talking to me while I was drawing them up. So we were chit-chatting and I was like, well, I'll just draw something up now and we'll see how that works. So I did. So it's just me being creative. I told you guys I do a lot of my creativity at night. So these blocks are just called me being me. I get told all the time that I need to do something or patent my work or whatever, but I kind of can't do it with this little stuff, It's just too much of a hassle, costs too much money. Stuff I don't have, and I like to share. So I'm sharing with you guys how to make it, and you can make it whatever colors you want. The idea is the block and how it comes out, I guess, if that's the word I'm looking for. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I hit this and it turned. It's actually supposed to sit this way because I'm using the direction in this block of it. So all right, right, left, right, left. I just finger press, same thing I saw earlier, and look, it's all together. So now I'm just going to assemble it the rest of the way. Okay, where was I? Thank you for this quilt. I'm sewing along with you with my abundance of squares. Awesome, Nicole. You'll have to share. You're in the group, right? If you are, make sure you share what you're doing. And of course, obviously, after each time I do a block, I will take a picture of the block that I made, the paper drawing, and of the finished block and post it in the group for you guys. My Instagram has just pictures of the finished blocks, just so anybody that's on Instagram, if you see the layout, sometimes you can lay things out that way. Just so that you guys know, I posted it in 2 places. Not the exact directions or whatever, because they're not directions. It's just squares on a piece of paper with color codes and numbers. So technically, I guess that is the direction, but as best direction as possible. But I know a few of you had asked me, I can't remember who, but I mean, I could if I opened my email, but I got quite a few suggestions for ideas to make with strip piecing, which this can be done from, like I said, jelly roll, and or the 2.5-inch charm packs, because you guys have never seen me work with those, and I don't buy those. I just make my own. So, and my own is always going to be scrappy, but either way, it's still cute. I just get to match my own stuff up. This will probably be a quilt that I'll put sashing in. I'll put a bunch of blocks together, sash them, you know, and have a nice little scrappy quilt to do whatever's with. Give away, donate, give to friend, family, I don't know. Whatever I do with it, sell it. And I'm just holding my seams down. You guys know my little extension table. That's one thing about this Juki, is this extension table lip. It likes to catch the fabric and flip it the wrong way. So I have to like seriously hold the seam to stop it from flipping. And if you guys don't remember from earlier, these blocks come out at 10.5 inches exactly. Like seriously, comes out perfect each time. It's very fun to make. It's so fun that I actually came back on again to show you guys making more. That's how fun it is. Just relaxing and making blocks. Listening to the radio and chit-chatting with you guys. I'll look at the comments in just a second. I'm trying to concentrate while I'm doing. And of course, I'm sewing the 1/4-inch seam, but most of you guys know that. I can't tell you enough how many times I've really screwed up 1/4-inch seams. In the beginning, I didn't even know. I just thought you sewed stuff together and went about your day. I didn't know anything. And I am so surprised how far I've come. But I remember all the little things that I've done to change, you know. So it helps me remember. So if I keep saying it to beginners, it'll help you guys remember as well. And I usually use a guide, but when I sew half square triangles, I put the other foot on so that I don't need a guide. Okay. Let's see. Thank you for this. Christina, it sounds really pretty. Show us your quilt before you take it. This block is beautiful. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for joining, or have you joined? So this is it so far. You guys can't tell that white in there for a second. Give me a second to press this. Again, everything is finger pressed. So once I go with the iron, I'm just going to go the way I've finger pressed everything. I know you guys can't see too well right here because it's kind of, that's why my screen isn't so bright. Haha, there you guys go. I was wondering why it seems so dark. So I'm just going to hold it. They're all finger pressed one way, and I don't need to set any seams. I'm just going to roll the iron back on it. I'm not going to steam it yet until everything is nice and rolled back and flat. I should have used a darker contrast, but this is just one of many that will be in this quilt of these random blocks. I don't have no water left in my iron, so there's no steam. But I'll show you the block anyway. And load this with some steam for later. Or I can just go over the block now so it looks nice when I show you guys. I steam everything. I am 100% known for steaming my blocks and my work. I'm a heavy steamer. I think the block lays flatter, and if you need to adjust something, the steam warms it up enough to adjust anything that needs to be adjusted. All right, so let's see if you can tell that pinwheel in the middle, or friendship. It's actually a friendship star in the middle, but I call them ninja stars. But technically right now, it's creating a pinwheel. So here is one block so far. I think that looks really cool. Again, this fabric color could have it different so that the center, you know, would have popped out more. But I still think it looks really cute. So there's one. Now let's do a different thing. So I'm going to move these little pieces because I'll sew these together later. Just throw them all out of the way because this is what I'm doing with those little bits you guys saw. I already sewed them all together real quick, so they're out of the way. But these are those little bits that I was chopping off and setting aside. This is what I make with them. And then I'll trim these down and make something totally different. And you guys saw it because it's on the wall. The quilt is on the wall back on that side. You guys have seen it plenty of times. All right, so here's another block down. So now we have this one from earlier, and this one from earlier, which is my favorite so far. I think this one on its own would be awesome. So there's all the blocks so far. I've got 3. Now to make a bunch more. I don't know how many I'm going to make. I'm just going to make a ton. You have these steamed too. Yes, I'm definitely. Yes, Michelle. Tiny blocks. You know me. I love my tiny blocks. All right. Let's move on to the next. So we did this one now. I'm putting check marks next to the ones that I've done. And I'll put as many check marks as I need to as I go. So like I did this one once, there's 1 check mark. If I do this one again, it'll have 2 and so on and so forth. I'm going to move on to one that's just squares and only 4 prints. So we're going to use these greens and yellows. And I'm going to choose another yellow color because we're just going to do, let's see how this works out. Let's start with the yellow real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to pull that one out and put it to the bottom. That one too. What the heck? Okay, where was I? This way, and this way. And then there was that's all one color there. Now there's a different color right here. 2, 3, 4. This is very high in contrast, this one, guys. And then these outer ones here. Let's replace this one again. I don't know why. This happens every once in a while in my fabric. It's not the selvage, but there are holes. Can you see those holes? It's like that's at the edge of the selvage, but this was not the selvage. There's just random holes through the fabric that must have went further in. So it happens when I chop up scraps. All right, there. And I need another contrasting color for this, other than this green. It needs like an orange and green. How about that? Ta-da! I think I'm going to take out this middle one and put this one instead. There we go. That looks good. All right. So there's 4 colors for this one. Let's sew this one together because this one will go quick. The ones that you don't have to make half square triangles for are the ones that go really fast. So if you were, like I said, going to use a jelly roll, they're going to go together like this. You know what I mean? So, and you can keep them all scrappy. Okay. So now I'm just going to sew them down. How many more blocks for this quilt? I am loving it. This one I'm just going to keep making blocks until, because they're 10.5. So I would want to make anything kids size or lap size. I would need at least 4 blocks across by 5 blocks down with sashing. And Lord knows I have plenty of 2.5-inch pieces that I could do this with. And I have plenty more fabric to make 2.5-inch squares with. because I have plenty. And you know, I'm telling you guys, when it comes to that storage and organization videos that you guys have watched, this is the best way to have stuff already done to sew. I mean, yeah, you have to cut it and get it there, but when you think like me and you're like, oh, I want to try this because you saw something, but now you're thinking, oh, I don't want to cut all that up to try it, blah, 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 blah. If you have it already cut, you don't have to waste the time doing it later when you really want to make something because you saw it and it looked really awesome, if that makes any sense. So making your own pre-cuts allows you to just come in, and when you can't sleep, cut your pieces, you know, make your pre-cuts. When you can't sleep, you just start boxing them up and boxing them up. And when you see that awesomest quilt that makes you want to make it, and you're like, oh, I got to do it, you already have all that ready to go. And you didn't have to go buy nothing either, because all you did was cut up your scrap fabric, if that makes any sense. So you guys get to that video and make sure you watch it so you can see how I store and organize. There's 2 videos technically, how I cut, and I made that as a regular video. The sound is off on it, and I'm super sorry about that. I really suck at video editing. But check it out. I show you guys how I store things and put it away, and I tell you why I store it, because in the future, if I can't use any of this anymore, it's already done for somebody else. So whoever gets my stuff can, as a beginner, learn faster because everything is already done. It's already cut. It's already, you know what I mean? It's just ready to go. So I just finger press, by the way, again, just so you guys remember, finger pressing right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Sorry. I just grab and sew, and you can chain piece as many as you want through. So like I was saying earlier, I've chain pieced, I make stacks and just keep going and then throw them aside and then put the rows together. You guys have seen that in my videos. I know you have. My sped up videos, my stacking thing that I do. That's how I do it normally. But every block is already I guess, what's the word? Designed. This one is not. Each block for this quilt is different because it's scrappy. Oops. Wasn't perfect. Okay, that will work. Even quilt size I can do 9 across and 10 down with sashing, rolling, rolling, rolling. I can do it. Thanks. Yes, this can be done 10 across, 8 across by 10 down, 10 across by 12 down. You can hook the blocks directly together, or you can sash it depending on how big. Sashing just makes blocks bigger, makes the quilt bigger if you're making just plain blocks. The bigger the sashing, the bigger the blocks, or the bigger the quilt, if you're only making a specific size block. But if you're trying to keep the quilt down in size, then I would suggest making the amount of quilts. What was I saying? I'm trying to think right now. If you were to say have 4 10-inch squares by 6 10-inch squares, for math purposes, I'm going to do this real quick out loud. 4 blocks across that are 10-inch by 6 down. So you would take 4 10-inch, that's 40 inches. Then you minus 1.5 inches because there's 4 across. So there's 1 1/2 inch, 2 1/2 inch, that's 1 inch. And then 1 more, that's 3 seams. So that's 1.5 inches away. So you have 40, 39, 38.5 inches by, and then on 6 down, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be 2.5 inches. So you would have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 59, 58, 57.5. So it'd be 48.5 by 57.5, just using 10-inch squares without sashing. You get where I'm going here? So for those of you that are beginners, and my math is very horrible, so if I did say something wrong, don't count on it being correct, but I'm pretty sure that's exact. I count, if there's 6 down, then that's 5 seams I'm taking away, 1/2 inch per seam. So That's just how I do the math in my head, even though I really suck at math. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to beginners. If you want to know how many across to go up, how many down to know what the size of your quilt is going to be, that's about how to do it. So I'm just going to finger press this whole row. The seams nested up so nicely. Hi, Sonia. I didn't see you were there because I'm trying to read in between every sewing. I wasn't going through, Vicky. How funny you were trying to type Sonia. LOL. New language, Vicky. Yeah, I got it. Right, Janet. I got these cataracts. Hard to see keyboard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But you're having surgery soon, so that's good. You hopefully be able to see better. Come on, don't flip again. The stupid thing keeps grabbing it and flipping it. I want it to stay a certain way. And Michelle, just so you remember, these blocks come out at 10.5. Like I said a little bit ago, they come out at 10.5. I already said that, but making sure I say it again for anybody else that didn't remember me saying it. All right, last piece. I kind of just hold the first piece, the nested seam, and then line up the end under my pressing foot, sew it down, and then the rest kind of just automatically go where they're supposed to if the stupid tray doesn't flip them. And hold that other end, and it should go nice. And everything else was pressed towards that way, so that's what I'll do with this. This is an adorable little block too. See how fast these ones go together a lot faster. My iron likes to shut itself off, so again, I made this one just now. That's the one I just did. And I mean, you guys can't tell my colored pencil as well. You can see the coloring. But I'm going to put a check mark next to it because I did one already. So let's show you what it looks like. This is kind of traditional, honestly. This style, this one without half square triangles and stuff. All right. Greens and yellows. So there's two different greens, as you can tell, Hunter and then Forest, if that makes any sense. That's about how I would describe them. And then this print right here, this is seriously like 1940s, 1950s style print. I'm pretty sure it's reproduction, but it looks really old. So that makes it cool. And the yellow is setting both off, and it has flowers in it as well. So isn't that cute? So another one done. And just because I do not have the time to unhook another ruler, so we're going to make sure while we're here, 10.5 exactly. Line that up. 10.5 exactly. So yes, they are all coming out 10.5. If you sew your seams correctly, they should all be 10.5-inch blocks. All right, another one down. Here, let me just put them back on this real quick. And hold them up. So there's 4 done now. So 2 that have half square triangles, 2 that don't. This is going to be such an adorable quilt. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be so cute. All right, let's get some more made. All right, so I'm done with these colors. Let's choose this. No, I don't want that. I want to do something bold this time. Let's see, we're going to do this one. So I need 5 colors. How about bold? Like that. 1 color. I don't know how many bold colors I have that will go with that, but we'll see right now. Let's see what this is. Well, that kind of looks okay together. It's very scrappy-like, that's for sure. Let's see, what can I add? What can I add? There's got to be something in here. I don't have very many yellows. It's weird. Oh, I can put this guy with this guy. They kind of go together. See, I can use the same ones too as well. Something else with green. Let's use this one. Yeah, that'll work. So I need 5. 1 more. Let's go with... Oh, I could have used lemon. Nah, that don't look right. I need a 5th color. Something black. Come on, get out of here. I'm pulling some black out. Pretty sure that's black. Yeah, that's black. We're going to do it like this. All right. Move all that out of the way, because I can use everything over again if I want. So I'm going with this 5 color one here. So I'm going to lay out the center how I want it. I'm going to use the black, I think, as my half square triangles. So we're going to make the center this, and then it goes down 1. So we'll put this stripe here, 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 and there. And then that can go there, there, and there. And then we're going to do this with a black half square triangle. So let's do that right here, there, and there. So we're going to put half square triangle on that one, again on that one, and on this one. And we're going to add the half square triangle onto this one too. Screw it. We'll put that there. So we'll do half square triangles on all of this. See, I'm talking to myself and you guys all at the same time. See how productive I am? So I'm getting, obviously the black is not going to be here. It's going to be mixed because they're half square triangles. And then I'll fill in with this one. Just like this. Okay. This one's cute. All right. Let's move all this out of the way and make these half square triangles real quick. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Hey, Tiff, are there only 6 variations of blocks? Or are you going to drop more? I'll probably drop more. For now, I figured I'd just do the first 6 that I drew up, you know, and go from there. I want to make sure everything comes out just right, but I'll draw up more. I definitely will draw up more. This sewing a straight line thing is 100% so very hard for me. I could get from one corner to the next by eyeballing, but the line between there, never straight. It's so sloppy. I like the stripe. Oh yeah, okay. I'm thinking about the two. Michelle's going to fun. Janet said she will come quilt with me in your happy place. Oh, how fun! I have started cutting 2.5-inch squares, storing them. I have sorted them light, medium, and dark. Should I store the batiks separately? Is that what you do, Tiff? Okay, when it comes to the batiks, and I'm going to sew and talk, I actually store fat quarters and rolls and all that other stuff and fabrics separate. But when it comes to like leftovers and all the scraps from everything, batiks just get mixed in with the rest, because unless you really have a lot of batiks, it doesn't matter. So some of these fabrics are like, they have different feel to them, just like a batik would. I just throw them all in, and there's rare that I actually have leftover, because usually when I make a quilt with batiks, I use every last bit of the fabric. I literally, and if I don't use it on the front, I use it in the back. That's one thing that, because they cost a little bit more, I think is why batiks are a little bit more expensive. So anywhere I go, a normal print or whatever is like say Walmart, a print is $2.97 all the way up to $5.97, as batiks start at $11.97 at Walmart. I mean, so in reality, they cost more. Same as in the quilt shop. It's like 20. No, it was 22. I wanted one that I got. Joann's was, I think we paid $12.99 a yard for the one that I got, and it's just a plain one. It doesn't have anything on it. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. So I try to use up as much as I can, but if it does end up in my stuff, then they get thrown in. It's only with the 2.5-inch squares. Anything that's 5-inch squares that I make from all of my scrap fabric, stuff that I do, I end up putting those separate to make a specific quilt with it, if that makes any sense. So I would just say throw it all together, honestly. I mean, that's the best option. And I don't want to make a mess here, so I got to cut all these real quick. All right, this is going to be a cute block. And I'm just doing it this way so that everything's a little bit more accurate, using the ruler instead of scissors. I know a lot of you guys see some of the ladies in some of their videos use scissors when they're trimming. I just use the rotary cutter. That way every single one of my leftovers are going to be the same exact size. Makes it easier for when I make something small with them all. And you guys know me, I love using my tiny bits. I always come up with something, that's for sure. All right, let me cut, and then I'll read while I press. It's okay, yeah. So it took me. Press. Okay, wait, I don't have me. Oh my goodness, I can't read. Something's missing up there that I can't see. I've started cutting. Okay, I will do that the next time I return to Cali, but don't leave me alone around your fabric. You might have to search me before. Lacey, Michelle wouldn't do that. She'd instead just be like, do you want this? You can have this. That's how Michelle is. She has such stuff she probably doesn't even know is there. Huh, Michelle? Thanks for the input. It's okay. You should have seen Tiffany. She was so cute. Yeah, I was literally like, Michelle, I need purple. Michelle, oh my God, can I have it? Oh, Michelle, what's down here? Hey, can I have this? She had put together a pile of stuff for me for my birthday too. And I'm all digging through. Oh yeah, take a yard. If you want some, take it. She's really fun about it, let me tell you. To the pink quilt you're working on. We'll post pictures. Yeah, you guys, if you have pictures to share of things you're working on, share it in the group so I can see. You guys know I draw my inspiration from the things that you guys do, as well as anything else on the internet, obviously. It don't matter if you put them all in the same box or not. When you open it, you'll see the different colors, and that's all that helps. Yes. may help you at all. I need to take a picture of mine and post it. Yes, Janet, please do. One of those lasers from Harbor Freight that stick to your machine. Oh yeah, the Quilting Marine used one of those, and somebody else that I saw used one. She put you in her will for all that fabric she has. All right, let me press all this up real quick. Get this done. That way I can at least conquer all 6 blocks that I've designed already today. And then I can do more another day. And I'm not, again, I'm not pressing the seam first. I'm just kind of rolling them back. They roll really nicely. Okay. All nicely pressed. Now let's put them in the order they need to be in. Black goes inward. Inward. In. I'm doing this right? Yes, I am. Okay. Inward, inward, and inward. So there we go. This one looks really cool. It's like a churn-hourglass. Haha! Churn-hourglass. That's pretty cool, right? All right, let's sew together and you guys can see what it actually looks like up close. And I'm going to keep my stripes one way, so pay attention to that. And I got the fan blowing these little pieces. Some of them are really lightweight fabrics, so I got to hurry up and sew them or my fan is going to blow them away from me. All right, let's get this done. Oh, got to put my little thing back on or I can't sew straight line. I keep saying that. You guys really don't know how bad it actually is. I am not a straight line sewer. I hemmed clothes and I don't even know how I managed to even, it just was horrible. I can't, so I have shorts that have legs that just like the ripple in it because I cannot sew a straight line. It's so funny. Of course, stretch fabric is kind of hard to sew. At least for me it is. I'm not a clothing sewer at all, even for hemming. And that's saying a lot about me because I could do this all day, every day. But clothing. Okay, hold on. Yes, she has you in her will for all the fabric she has. I already saw that. What happened to the quilting? I don't know. Honestly, guys, I cannot tell you anything that I like. I don't know. I can't tell you anything I don't know. If anybody wants to find out, I guess it would probably be best to ask his sister-in-law. She might know, but he could just be overwhelmed or overworked or, you know, too many things going on in life. I mean, there's a lot going on sometimes with people that we don't even know because they don't let us in their life that far. I mean, some YouTubers do, like I do. You guys know a lot about me, but he's probably just got a lot going on, which I could totally understand. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll be back on someday soon. Boss tried that laser thing, but the front of her machine was such that the laser would not stick to it. I told her that when we get close to that, I want her to come get it. But what? I don't know what you're talking about now, Michelle. I told her, I don't know what you're saying because I'm lost in the conversation. There, haha. Hourglass. Christine, I don't know, missed them. I started quilting because in by myself all the time, just hubby here. So yeah, lots of things going on with lots of people. I try to stay out of other people's business, and I don't want to speak for anybody because I don't know exactly what's going on. You wouldn't think that these colors go together, but they really do. It's kind of weird. One more here. Oh, when you're string piecing, I forgot to say this earlier. When you're doing it this way or web piecing, allow the thread to go a little bit further because sometimes it's a little too close and you don't want that. So allow just like an extra 2 or 3 stitches towards till you get to the next seam, if that makes any sense, to the next junction. This is left. Because that way they're not too tight next to each other. You won't be able to move it and wiggle it, if you know. All right. One more row to put on. I have so much fun with this. I don't know what you, I know some of you guys don't like sewing with little pieces, but something about putting these together is, it's like exciting. I'm like jumping for joy without the jumping. I'm like, how is it going to look? I'm thinking in myself. I mean, my colors, I just kind of threw some colors on I just used my color pencils and just used 5 different colors or 6 different colors or 4 different colors, you know, nothing specific as long as they're in the order that I need them to be. Because or else my directions just say piece 1, 1, 1, 1, piece 2, 2, 2, 2, piece 3, 3, 3. So yeah. Coloring it made it a little easier to share with you guys. But I want to see what it looks like when it's finally coming together. My bangs won't stay out of my face. They're getting longer, guys. My hair is growing. Slowly but surely. It will be long enough to stay out of my face. So what are all you insomniacs doing right now besides watching me? I know it's really late for some of you, isn't it? It's 10, I can't read the time. 10:41 here. Michigan. Cressy asked, are you in my will? Oh. Okay. Yeah, Michelle's told me plenty of times that she wants me to come get it all because her kids are all boys. They don't want it. I tell you guys this all the time. If you guys want to start getting rid of things now, you know who to send it to. You know for a fact I'll use it up. And if I don't, it'll get pre-cut up to get used up either way. Yeah. You know, I'm kind of not really even paying attention to what I'm doing here, and it's coming out. I'm attempting to pay attention at least. How far are you from Windsor, Wisconsin? Wishing Rick was here so you can go to bed. Why can't you go to bed if Rick isn't there? Oh, he's because he went to the funeral. Did he go? He had to go far for that, Sandy? Let's see. I haven't had an hour of sleep this morning and am surprisingly. See, Lacey, that's what happens to me. I get super hyper when I don't sleep at all. Like I just go crazy, insane hyper. It's weird how it happens. Most people would think I'd be overly tired after being awake for 3 days, but it's Michelle's the same way too. Ask her. Her and I talk a lot during our insomniac hours, and we didn't get no sleep, so we know each other didn't get any sleep because we're talking still. And it's not because we're on our phones or watching movies or anything. It's just something that it happens in our brain being an insomniac. And the longer you don't sleep, the more chances you are becoming delirious, which causes a wide awake alertness anyway when you're delirious. It's just funny to see people that are delirious. Like me. Actually, instead of a churn, well, it could be churn dash. It could be shoe fly hourglass because it kind of looks like a shoe fly block too. Sorry, I know I've probably confused some of you. I know a lot of traditional block names because I've made them all. I made a lot of them, I should say. So sometimes I remember block names over other things. So if you hear me talking like that, like, oh, it looks like such and such, that's because I've probably made that original traditional block before. I went block making crazy when I first learned that more accurate things are supposed to be. I started making just blocks by themselves just to make sure I can do it. Tip this iron. Make that darn clicking sound. Sneak peek. Ooh, look at that. Fabric placement is definitely something that's helping with these. Come on, steam. McSteamy is not steaming right now very well. All right, here it comes, guys. Ready to see this little guy? This is so cute. I love this one. This one is super cute. Look at that. See, and the reason why I chose black is if you look in this, they're outlined with black in these little pieces. I know you guys can't tell, but it is. They're outlined. Isn't that super adorable? So color placement, block placement is definitely something to pay attention to when you're making stuff like this because anything will work. It's perfect. I have to agree. It's cute, right? I like it. I like it. And I use that same flower one again, that yellow with the flowers, except I put a green with, I don't even know what that is. They're like star square flowers or something. I have no idea. And then that stripe kind of just blew it away. Well, it's actually a wiggle, but same thing. So there we go. Yet another block. So that makes, let me just lay them right here for now. I know you guys can see. Look at that. Definitely a wide variety of, or wide array of difference here. See that? Then the two regulars. Look at that, guys. Isn't this going to be such an awesome little quilt? Or big. I don't know how it's going to turn out, obviously, but okay, one more to make. So let's check off that one. And which one's the last one? A 2-color block is the last one. And it's just random, actually. It's, well, I drew it random. So it did. So the last one is a 2-color one, which is this. But I'm hoping when it's not drawn that it will look a lot different than it does in my draw, you know, on the block than it does in my drawing. And it's all half square triangles, the whole thing. So it needs 25 pieces of each color. So I'm going to find a color that has a lot of pieces, which is this purple with feathers. I'm just going to use that. And I'm going to highlight it with a really dark purple. Let's use that one I was going to use, this one. Yeah, those two together. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to make 25. Let's see if I have 25 of both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 of that, and 25 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. This is why I count things in the beginning so I don't have to do it later. So let's run all 25 of these through. And yes, I'm going to have a bunch of little side pieces when I'm finished. Let's see what everyone's saying before I start running these through real quickly. Cute with half square triangles. Kirsty, even putting a dent in your square bed. No, I'm not. And there's probably going to be more because I have a lot more fabric to cut up. Purple and black. You could use one side literally on the stairs. Okay, I get it. Please be careful. Be careful is a little dangerous. All right, so I'm going to start sewing these now. Just going to start putting them right sides together and going from one corner to the next. Yeah, one of those laser things would work for me. Now, back on that subject, but where there's nowhere to hook it on the machine. That's why my camera is not on the machine either, because if I put it anywhere on this table, it would wiggle, you guys. And yeah, that would be awkward. And if I put it up here, there's nowhere to mount it. I don't know how I would mount a camera for the front angle. I know some machines have more of a flat area, but this machine doesn't. This one has 2 tension knobs, the up and down chingamabobber, a little lip that comes out, and it has the presser foot pressure gauge up here as well. So there's nowhere really to mount a camera, let alone one of those laser things. But with these small blocks, I have found it quite easy to go from one end to the other. It's the other size blocks, the 5-inch and bigger. Those ones I have to have a guide for. A line or a pressing line or something, you know. I just can't go from one side to the other. I've tried. My wonderful not so straight line gets the best of me. You get them boxes I sent you? Yes. The smaller boxes, 2-inch strips. Okay, thank you. Other 2.5, I think. Okay, you guys are still talking. Alrighty. How many I got with me right now, guys? Let's see. 17. Look at that. Well, I don't know if I've been talking to 17 people, but it's okay if you just watch. It doesn't bother me. I like to chit chat though. I like the conversation with you guys. That's why I love live feed. I'm glad that even though I don't have 1,000 subscribers, that I can get on and chat with you guys still, because I had a laptop. So thank my daughter for me being able to still get on and not be so pissed off and not have a channel because I can't edit for the life of me. I'm trying, guys. I really am. I mean, it's a lot better than it was, my editing skills, but it's still not where it should be, you know. Not after all this time, at least. It's been a long time. It's been over a year of constant video footage, and I still cannot edit like I should. It did take a while, though, to get the cameras I needed. And now that I got all sorts of cameras, I can't do everything the way I had planned because I can't learn that. So weird. And I have a spasm happening in my leg right now. It's quite annoying. This block I might have to make a few times and different variations of the 2-color because of the fact that it's only 2 colors and I want it to blend more through the quilt. So this one might get like 5 or 6 blocks of it made. So that way the 2 colors blends more. Gives me a chance to use up the ones that I have a lot of the same squares, you know. The pressing should go faster than all of them. Love you and and spend time with each other. It's awesome. Yes, I love you guys, and I love you guys spending time with me. I love that you guys all kill your phones and tablets just watching me. And look, you guys got me twice on a Sunday. That's rare. But Scott and I did movie time, and I still have plenty of time left in the day. Well, not the day, the night. And I'm wide awake, so why stop? But I think everyone went to sleep because it's quiet now and the door is open. I'm probably going to have to close my door, though, because I don't want to wake anybody. And actually, I need to go grab water anyway. I'll be right back in like 5 seconds. Technically longer. I don't see light. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I needed water. I know I have a water right here, but it's not cold. And there wasn't much in it. That's how I make my water cold. Pour the last of one. She hid material and cereal boxes. I'm worried about mine. It's plugged up. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, back to this. Come on. Trying to make sure the squares stay on top of each other too, guys. Very important. Sewing machine on a table by the stairway. Oh, you're talking about how your room is set up. Your living room. Your sewing area. You know, it doesn't matter as long as you have a sewing machine and a desk to put it on and some fabric. I had a garage at first. That's it. I only sewed in the garage at first on a really crappy desk with some really ugly carpet on the ground to keep my feet from burning in the summertime because I'm a barefoot kind of girl. So yeah, I know what it's like to have no area, and now I have an area. Well, technically 2 areas now. Because now I have the garage and here. But I know what it's like not to have anything. You gotta get stuff situated and organized. That way you can find a place for everything. Everybody has room. You just have to make it. Corner of a kitchen. And I've even seen in houses kitchen nooks, the little, like a nook thing in the counter space that has a little built-in desk and cupboard. And it was in a picture on Pinterest, actually, of a lady who put her sewing room in her kitchen. And it went behind like a bread box, her machine and everything. And all her fabric went behind little desk things that looked like, but it was built in the kitchen. And it looked like part of the kitchen, but it was her sewing area. She just rolled over her kitchen chair as needed to the area and bam. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. I also recommend, if you don't have one of these gadgets like Michelle got me here called the cutting gizmo, now that I have it, I absolutely love having it. So for any of you who are needing little gadgets and gizmos, I don't know where Michelle got it, but it says www.thegypsyquilter.com on it. This thing has been a hand saver so that I don't have to sit with the snips and use my fingers. It's definitely saves on my hands. All right, let me trim all these up and we'll get making some another block, and I'll have done all 6 today. I'm just gonna chop them all up real quick. The reason why I'm turning them all is because I can see the stitching better on this side. I can see it on the other side too, but my corner That's the way I sewed it on, making sure it was correct. Plus, I can see my tension isn't perfect yet either. I mean, it obviously is, but it's not what I call good. Still a little off. Cut all these the same way, so when I get to the ironing board, I just flip them all the same way and go. There we go. That stupid thing wasn't kicking on. So cool. We're supposed to have said, thank goodness for charging cords all over your house. We don't have that, but I wish it did. Is it? Yeah. A charging cords plugged in all over their house so they can just plug in anywhere while watching live feeds like me. Yeah, I know I kill devices, guys, with my long videos, but I like to hang out, and I know the replay is probably not as good as watching it when I'm live feed, but it's still learning no matter which way you watch the video. You can read the rest. I can't see after the cables all over the house. Is there any other comments?
Christine says the cutting gizmo is on her wish list. Sandy says she loves hers.
I don't remember how much it was. I got it as a gift from Michelle. She surprised me with it. I like surprises. I mean, I'm not really like into all sorts of notions, but there are a few notions and rulers out there, guys, that you just got to have. It makes life a whole lot
and you're actually
easier.
Wearing your glasses today, too.
I know, because I can't read the screen that far.
Mm-hmm.
They should see it every time I have to squint at the far screen. All right, so for one, we have a bunch of little pieces. These bits are going to be hourglasses. Don't forget that, guys. You could save all your little bits because those are hourglasses. Now to press all the half square triangles, all 25 of them, and lay them out according to my little chart. And again, in the group, I'll post the layout, the picture with the picture of the block so you can see. This one's going to look, I don't know how it's going to really look, honestly. The picture makes it look funky, but it might look really cool once it's in fabric.
Janet's quilt room spilled out into the hallway and then the living room, plus a storage room, which is their converted garage.
Yikes.
So she's got a lot of stuff.
So you's very into the quilting then, huh? Like me. I am in here, but my fabric came from the garage into here. I cannot keep my fabric out there. I have some in tubs out there, but not much. I brought the most of it in. The rest of it's stuff that when I started, I didn't know the difference kind of fabric that I still have left.
Duana says hello, night owls.
Hi, Duana. Well, you can't be calling us night owls because you're a night owl being up too. I know it's late for you as well. This is just my second Sew Sunday video, so it is. What did I call it? I did name it something.
I'm going to bed, honey.
All right, I love you. You can close the door so that you don't hear me. I'm almost done anyway with this. I got all 6 blocks done today.
If I close the door, don't forget.
Oh, he's in here? Yeah, okay. My kitty cat's being left in here with me.
Who knows? Maybe he'll want out if I shut it.
Probably. He'll see Daddy walk away and he'll try to get out. Here, as soon as I get this one iron, I'm going to grab him to say hello. Hold on, let me grab him to say hello.
He's going to come out with me. Okay.
Come say hello. Because you know you're not supposed to be in here. Say hi. This is Thumper for all of you who are new to my channel. This is my kitty. He's not allowed in Mommy's quilt room because he makes a mess in here, and I don't want his fur all over my fabric because, as you can tell, he got shaved a few months ago. You guys probably saw that video. This is growing back from that, the second shave that I've done since that video. He is mostly as furry as this big, huge fluff tail. This is how much fur is usually on him. If I don't shave him, he's super, super duper fluffy. So this is my baby. And my baby. He turned 8 years old this month. All right, you can get going. Definitely already covered me in hair. Whew. All right. Let's lay this block out. I'm not like a kitty hair kind of person. I like him to have short hair. All right, so again, here's what I'm doing. This one now. I know it looks funny. Just we're gonna see how this works. So, I mean, I could change it around. I was just being silly. So let's put that up, down, up, down this way, and then this one is actually touching. Then this two go in like that. Then this one goes like down that way, down that way. Oh, 3 down, and down that way. And then we got dark down that way, dark up that way, dark down that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one goes down this way. And this one goes up that way. It might look funny. Hold on. We're seeing what this looks like. If it doesn't look right, I'm not going to sew it together like this, obviously. I will do something totally different. That goes up. Then that one was down. Down this way. And up. And last row is up that way, down, and up and up. So what do you guys think? Does that look too stupid funky? I'm getting tired now. May I just try to sleep after this? I have to get up early for Guild. Well, go to sleep. I'm not keeping you. I'm on the last block anyway. So I'm not sure I'm liking it. What do you guys think? Can you tell? Does it look cool for sure? Yes, it's like broken dishes. I kind of was trying to like go with that, but not at the same time. Because broken dishes all go one way. This is kind of a little bit more scattered. I think I'm going to go ahead and sew it. Wait till hubby's clothes dry like an hour. Good night, whoever's going to bed. I hope you sleep well. You kept me up last night. I didn't keep you up. You kept you up. Talking to me. A bit random. I know some of you aren't really scrappy and random like I am, but I mean, I see a pinwheel here. I see like a hook looking thing. I see flying geese. I see half this, half that. Flying geese there, flying geese there. Like it's a little bit of everything. I'm just going to sew it together. Screw it. Just like this. I mean, you could do anything with it, like zigzags and stuff. I mean, that would probably look cool too. Shoot. Do I want to keep it the way I drew my paper or not? I think I should, and I'll just make the other ones different. For now, I'll just keep it. All right, so right sides together. It's funky, but it's cute. You guys will see the colors when I hold it up in a second after I sew it, obviously. Let's put my little seam thingy right there. Okay. And get to sewing. I'm going to make this go super fast. Ready? Zoom. I'm done. Look at that. Just kidding. I know I'm silly, right? I get weirder the longer I'm awake. That's for sure. Oh, stay. Tried to shift on me. I do have to say that these two colors surprisingly look very well together. They're both in purple shades, and there's a little bit of white, and then on the darker one it has black in it. So it's definitely they definitely go together very well. So we're going to go right, left, right, left, and right. So the next one's on. And you know, if this one gets out of order, it don't matter. Because you're just doing whatever with it. This one will also have a bunch of seams just in random areas of it because some of them are nesting and some of them are not. I don't know if you guys can hear. I have the radio on in the background, but it's louder than my stomach gurgles, and I know a normal person in my house can hear when my stomach is gurgling. So I don't know if you guys can hear it on my super sensitive microphone, but my tummy is gurgling quite a bit right now. For some reason, that is not supposed to be happening. I knew it was the bobbin tension. So there's like a little screw thing, and I like literally barely touch it. See, this one is not supposed to fall out of my hand. This one is supposed to stay just like this. It's not supposed to just keep crawling down. It's a little bit different as opposed to the long arm, that this one needs to be just a little bit tighter. Every once in a while, the tension gets off. It's not that hard to adjust. Just don't overturn, that's for sure. And one day when I get a chance, I will do a complete video of this machine and the workings of it. I just don't, I never make it because I don't want to purposely mess up the tension to show you guys how it works. So I know this should be a little bit more correct. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. I knew I needed to adjust the bobbin. Like I said to you guys, I knew it was, the tension was coming out the top, the thread. Sometimes with some machines, I do have to say that you have to adjust the tension with every different type of thread. This machine, I can keep it on the same thing in a bunch of different style kinds of threads, cottons, polys, so on and so forth, poly-wrapped poly, poly-wrapped cotton, all of it. They'll run the same, but on my brother, I have to adjust it with every single brand that I change it to. If I stay with the same cones, but the same brand, I won't have to. But if I switch from all that jor that I showed you in the storage video of all of my wonderful colors so that I can use the numerical thing on there, the alphanumerical settings, I literally have to check the tension and adjust it every single time. It is so annoying. But then that brother machine is not really, I don't know, it's just meant to get the sewing job done, I guess. It's not meant for how much use I put through machines, if that makes any sense. I really do a lot of machine, like I'm constantly got it on, so I mean I do turn it off. Most definitely. Okay, hold on. I'm missing something again. Bit ran, kept me up last night. Okay. Bit random, yeah, a little scrappy. It's definitely different. Michelle, can you test my quilting edition? I can attest to your quilting addiction. Plus, you have an 89-year-old mother who is a crazy quilter with 2 sewing rooms of her house. Wow. And Lacey said, I got my 70-year-old mother addicted to quilting. Yeah, you told me that. That's pretty crazy. It's so true. You girls are too funny. Your mother quilting. I wish my mom would step aside for her. Oops, she's 72. Go for it. If my mom lived close, I would definitely have her quilting with me too. But my mom's more of a garment and costume sewer, you know, or doing like embroidery type stuff. You know, she's not, I don't know. I think if she ever wants a quilt, she just comes to me. All right, almost done. Just got to sew these rows together. This one, I'm going to call it abstract because it's definitely abstract. It's all over the place. A little bit here and a little bit there. So this is the abstract block. The rest of them don't have names, but this one sure does already. All right, let's put this together. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot of bulk with some of these seams. So if you need to nest them a totally different way, I would do so because it's going to be super bulky. Because some of them, all 4 of the points are coming together and some of them are just 2. And you guys know how that works, even with like pinwheels and stuff, this bulkiness. Oh yeah, it's not going to want to lay that one. I'm just going to open. I'm just going to lay it. The iron will take care of it because it's not wanting to press. There's so many seams right there on that second section. Hi, Linda. Oh, your mom is her room foot. Mom of a quarter. I think, Sandy, I know what you mean. Just to you. Welcome. I'm almost done, but still the same. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. I think it's kind of a good thing I got to do 2 videos today. All right, let's get this last one on here. These 2 colors look so cute together. Wait until I hold the block up. You guys, this it may be messy and abstract, but they are so cute together. Like, I would have made a whole 2-color quilt if I had a lot of this 2-color fabrics. Just these together, they blend amazingly. Sometimes I get stuff like that's in my scrap bins, and sometimes I see it and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I can get more of this fabric because it's so awesome. I've gotten some of those prints before where I had no clue how I can get more, but I definitely wanted more. All right, this one I'm going to kind of just press and then adjust because these seams are not why is my iron not turning back? So I'm just going to kind of give it some weight from the iron at first and holding it open, like I'm kind of pulling this way a little. I'm not tugging or anything. I'm just kind of holding it back. I'm just going to let the seams go however they want to go with this. And that went out again. Oh, that sucks. How do you quilt a quilt that has a lot of seams come together? It just depends. There's a special foot that my long arm has that goes over seams pretty good. But it's gotten caught before on big seams. I tend to just press them down, lots of steam, you know, and if those seams are coming together prior to sandwiching it or loading it on a frame or whatever, if it's too much, I would press the seam open and away before loading it on the frame or putting it together as a quilt sandwich to quilt. Definitely, that would be my own personal advice. Somehow get that. If it's just one big clump of seam, you can even cut just a little bit away from the seam if you need. As long as they're still within a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch there, then it should be good. All right, so here's my crazy funky one. Like you can see a lot of different things in it. There's even a pinwheel right there. Kind of wasn't going for a pinwheel, but there's a pinwheel. Is that a bowl-like shape? Where is there a bowl-like shape? Isn't that adorable? Look at the fabrics though. Oh man, let's see. Can I hold it this way? So this has like some black. I don't know how clear it is for you guys. Stay still. So it's got like, it looks like sand pebbles of black. And then this has feathers and like a little flower thingy. It's so adorable. I like it. It's funky. It's funky. All right, so I'm going to let this sit here for a second while I squeeze the lot of all these fabrics back in here. I sure used a little bit, not a whole lot, but just going to keep sliding them in here. Let's fill this row back up. I'll probably have to cut some more fabrics so I have some more options. I'm like out of some colors. It's weird. I like don't have enough of certain colors. So obviously you guys have seen my bins. I put a little bit of a dent. So technically, see that? That's all that's missing now. So there's a little bit of a dent. Not much, but a little. I'll use it all up someday. And as if I don't ever stop cutting more. So obviously I'll keep cutting and putting more in. I tried a new idea for me. Instead of using Batty 8, I used another sheet in the middle because in Australia it's hot for longer than it is cold. The quilt turned really well. I'll post it. Yeah, post it. Definitely. And I don't know but how it is in your country, but at the hospital we have what we call hospital blankets. They're usually white now. They used to be like a peach color. Some hospitals have them. They're like a maroon color. Well, I don't know how I got them, but I got a couple of hospital blankets, and they are kind of material-wise, they feel like a bandage type material. What, Michelle, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a netting type feeling, but it's not netting. Oh my God, what is it called? There's a name for it. Whatever it is, it's hospital blanket. Here in America, we have hospital blankets, and I know every country does, but ours are made of something, whatever. They are really easy to use as batting for super thin quilts because the hospital blankets, they could stay warm. So if you want it warm, it gets warm, you know, like in a warmer or something like that. I wouldn't put it in a microwave, but you can make a quilt with the hospital blanket in the middle. It's thin like a sheet, but it also does the keeping you warm when you need to be warm, but it's also airy when you need to stay cool. So I think, yeah, gauze, exactly. It's like a gauze, but it's, I don't think it even is gauze. It's just like gauze. That's what it feels like. I've put that in between two quilts now because I only had two of the blankets to use. And the guy that got the one quilt, he absolutely flowied it. Even though there's cotton fabric on the front and on the back, because the gauze or hospital blanket is in the middle, it literally can breathe instead of being batting where it's pressed, you know, stuff inside of it. So yeah, it's pretty weird. Show the back of this. You can see where, okay, so there's a lot of seam right here, and there's a lot of seam right here. And obviously this one see, I let them lay where they want to go. Do you see how that happened there? Obviously all the seams from these are all pressed to the dark, but when it came to the things, see how that one wanted to go up, that one wanted to go up, that one went up. So that's how it works. Look at that. I was going to bring all the rest out real quick and lay them right here for a second so you guys can see all 6 of them next to each other. Now that there's 6, and I'll adjust the camera. So here is 6 blocks so far. I don't know how well you guys can see those, but isn't that so cool? Can you tell they look like my drawings, even though my drawing colors are wrong? I didn't use the same colors, but you can tell. So this one is this one. This one is this one. No. Yeah. And this one is this one. This one is this one. And where am I at? This one is that one. And this top one is that one. So again, I'll take pictures of the rest of them and I'll post them in the Facebook group with a picture of the block. But isn't that so cool just to throw your scraps together? And none of these colors you would have never gotten a jelly roll. They wouldn't have been blended like this. Maybe this one probably, but the rest of these, if you think about it, and you put them all together, and this is what happens. It actually looks like it was supposed to be that way. This is what I love about drawing these little blocks up like this for 2.5-inch squares. They definitely come out, no matter what you do, looking really good together. So I love it. Waffle. Very cool. Thumbs up. Thermal. Oh, you mean like the fabric? It could be thermal. That's what the feeling of it is. Definitely the hospital blankets, they feel like thermal. They're thin, so they're breathable, but thermal can also keep you warm. Hospital blankets, and they're 100% cotton. Yeah, I had 2 of them. They were donated to me with a bunch of daycare stuff, and they were just sitting out in the garage. Whatever. So, yeah. I use anything I can get. And I actually took a twin-size comforter apart before. Like, you know, comforters are barely stitched, really, and they bunch up at the ends. Well, before that could even happen, I took the fabric off of the comforter, took the fabric off, and used the batting because it was like a pressed folded stuff. It was actually really cool. And I put that in a quilt too. You guys could do whatever you want with quilts if you're willing to try. And if you don't have batting and you have a comforter that is ugly as hell, but your quilt top is awesome and so is your backing, put it in the quilt instead. Tear the stupid, nasty comforter ugliness apart and put it in a quilt. So, all right, guys. Well, anywho, I am going to get off of here now because it has been 2 hours. Well, that's actually good. I finished them all in 2 hours. It's 11:30 here, so I'm pretty sure it's really late for you guys. So I thank you guys for joining me on some more Sew Sunday and after hours. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel, share my videos, ding that bell, like my videos, and don't forget, every Sunday I'm here, either way, whether I'm not here during the week or not. So love you all, and I really, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me this late, but hey, we had some fun, right? I'll see you guys next time I'm here. Bye. Gotta have the mouse to turn the stupid thing off. If I can get to that screw, there we go. Bye.